Recently passed the new Inflation Reduction Act package that includes funding for not only climate change and healthcare, but $80 million for the IRS to increase enforcement audits. Joining us now with what this means for taxpayers is, of course, the one and only the CPA, Kimberly Washington. Now, Kim, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
First question, what does the additional funding mean for taxpayers?
Right, so much more right now, because what's going to happen at this point is that the IRS is going to increase audit activity among taxpayers. So that's a big deal. It isn't exactly clear at this time which groups will be impacted, but one of the things you do want to know that the IRS Commissioner recently stated that those individuals who are low income, they will not be impacted at this time. But this is the time to start getting your ducks in a row and making certain that everything is okay when it comes to your taxes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, Kim, we know that you had the opportunity to work for the IRS as an agent. So tell us a little bit about how the IRS selects a tax return for audit.
Right, it's a couple of different ways, but one of the things that you do want to keep in mind, the first way, of course, is called a DIF score. Every tax return that is filed is actually scored. The higher the score, of course, the better chances that you have of being audited. The second thing is it relates to related examinations. So if the IRS is actually doing an exam of another taxpayer and they see information that may pertain to your tax return, that's another way that your tax return could be audited. And the third way, of course, is from information returns. So if you receive a 1099 and maybe you didn't report that income on your tax return, that gives you, of course, another chance to be audited.
Absolutely. So if you're selected for an audit, what are the first steps that you should take?
One of the things is try not to panic, right? So the first thing is just get an idea what the IRS is asking for at this time. You will receive a letter. Look at that letter and determine what they're asking for. Whatever expenses that they're requesting, start gathering those documents. And last but certainly not least, if you don't have the substantiation documents ahead of you, one of the things you can do, of course, is reach out to third parties like credit card companies. Get those receipts so you can recreate your records.
I like that. Don't
Yes.
panic. That is very, very
Yes.
important. And finally, Kim, what other steps should folks take?
Reach out to someone, of course, if you could afford it, but make sure that you reach out to someone that can help you, such as a CPA, an enrolled agent, or a tax attorney that can help you through the guidance of your audit. But you don't want to go about it alone. Again, like I said, if you can't afford to, but you do want to get the assistance at this time.
Always some great and
Yes.
helpful information.
Thank you.
Kimberly Washington, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we'll move things to Art Jarrett, who's going to